Good morning, California. My name is Lucy Brown,
My name is Paul Smith.
and we bring you today live coverage of the conference meeting and why you should vote yes on Proposition 64.
Live at Los Angeles, California. Moderators and reporters, Anderson Cooper and Martha Raddatz, along with Deputy Campaign Manager at Yes on Proposition 64, Dustin Moore.
Hello, I'm Martha Raddatz from ABC News.
And I'm Anderson Cooper from CNN. We want to welcome you to the discussion on why you should vote yes on Prop 64.
Here to answer our questions is Deputy Campaign Manager at Yes on Prop 64, Dustin Moore.
Thank you all for being here. Shall we commence, Mr. Moore? Let's begin. First, we'll start off by asking on what is the purpose of Prop 64. Prop 64 will legalize marijuana under state law to control, regulate and tax adult-use marijuana, while also protecting our children. It will allow adults 21 years old and older to legally grow up to 6 marijuana plants within their private homes.
As we all know in California, marijuana is very accessible and easy to get without a threat of arrest. So why do we need this proposition?
That is all true what you said, which is part of the reason why we need Prop 64. We need a regulatory structure that puts significant limits on marijuana, like keeping marijuana out of reach of kids, have no advertising of marijuana to minors, and no public consumption of marijuana. What will be some of the issues that Prop 64 will address in the state of California? First of all, Prop 64 would end California's criminalization of responsible marijuana adult use, which would reduce local enforcement and criminal justice costs for the state and local governments and could save California tens and millions of dollars a year. Prop 64 can also help fight illegal drug cartels by the tax money spent for law enforcement programs to go after these organized crime.
Tell us about the state excise taxes that will be imposed on the sale and growth of marijuana, and where it will be allocated to.
Yes, the taxes imposed on marijuana are a state excise tax of 15% on retail sales of marijuana, a state cultivation taxes on marijuana of $9.25 per ounce of flowers and $2.75 per ounce of leaves. This can raise up to more than $1 billion in revenue annually. The revenue of the taxes would be divided by 60% for youth program, the other 20% to clean up and protect environmental damage that was caused from illegal growing of marijuana, the last 20% for programs designed to reduce the driving under the influence of alcohol, marijuana, and other drugs, and a grant program created to reduce any potential negative impacts on public health resulting from the measure. With Prop 64, small farmers are concerned that big corporations will lower their business. So in what ways will Prop 64 protect small farmers? First of all, Prop 64 will protect small farmers from big corporations by not allowing the state to issue cultivation licenses for crop sizes greater than 1 acre for the first 5 years. Then Prop 64 will also prohibit non-California residents or businesses from obtaining marijuana business licenses for the first 2 years. There's nothing to worry about, as state regulators can also control and limit licenses. With Prop 64, can we assure that the safety of our children is secured? And what several ways will this measure make that happen? I can assure everyone that Prop 64 makes the protection of children and public health the #1 priority. Prop 64 will establish packaging and labeling standards and restrictions for marijuana products. Prop 64 will also ban the production of edible marijuana products that may seem appealing to children. It also prohibits marijuana marketing and advertising that are directed to minors. Prop 64 bans businesses from being located within 600 feet of a school or youth center. It also bans the smoking of marijuana within 1,000 feet of a school. Prop 64's regulations will make sure that your children are safe. In fact, with the revenue of Prop 64, it can also help our children stay in school, buy funds for after-school programs, and create reliable drug education, prevention and treatment programs for teens.
The last question of tonight is, what are some of the differences between California's Prop 64 and Colorado's Amendment 64?
The major difference from California's Prop 64 to Colorado's Amendment 64 is that Colorado did not place a regulatory structure right away. This has caused a diversion to the black market. It also has led to children eating edibles of marijuana and much more problems. So in Prop 64, California has learned from Colorado's mistakes and has imposed significant requirements that limits and controls the use of marijuana. These are the reasons why the time has come where we can take action to control the use of marijuana for the safety of our children and adults, which is why California citizens should support Prop 64. Thank you. This concludes our conference meeting. Thanks to everybody who watched.